Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm nervous today. This is the first time in a while that I've been in front of the camera instead of behind the camera. So yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking because I don't like how I look. I don't like how I feel. I don't like how I feel about myself. It's really intimidating to be in front of the camera talking right now. So if I seem a little nervous, bear with me. So I'm guessing from the title of this video, you know, I'm gonna sit back and get a little more comfortable, that I am starting a new series on my channel. It is called the Keto Diaries. And basically, I'm going keto. And I'm going to document it. And hopefully, by documenting it, it will keep me motivated to keep going and make my goals. So, let's dive into this, I guess. About a month and a half ago now, I would think, I went to my doctor's because I was having problems with my asthma. And, you know, no big deal. You get to the doctor and they want to take your weight and all that stuff. So I jump on the scale, and when I looked at what it said, I about started to cry. It's at 126.7 pounds. That's the heaviest I've ever been. I'm only 5'3". And I have struggled with my weight for the majority of my 20s and now into the majority of my 30s, because I will be 38 in May. So, you know, I've noticed that I am a lot more tired. I don't have as much energy. My workouts at the gym are starting to get more sparse. I was making healthier choices to eat, and now I'm kind of not. Yeah, it's really hard for me. I don't think that there's like one thing that contributed to me putting on all the weight. When I graduated from high school almost 20 years ago, I weighed 125 pounds. That was the healthiest and fittest I've ever been in my life. And from there, it's kind of gone downhill. I went to college. I put on 25 pounds instead of the freshman 15, which sucked. I met my son's dad, and that was an abusive relationship. Mostly verbally abusive. And so I started to feel bad about myself and felt like I didn't deserve what I had, or any more than what I had, I should say. And then I got pregnant with my son. I put on 40 pounds with my first pregnancy. Had gestational diabetes. That was really fun. Not. I had my son, and some of the weight came off. I want to say probably about 25 pounds of it came off. And then I was stuck with the rest of it. 2.5 years later, I met my husband, and I was around, I want to say like 170-ish. And we dated for about 2 years, and then he popped the question. On my wedding day, I was 172 pounds, but We also found out in about 9 months into wedding planning that we were pregnant with our now middle daughter, who is now 11. I only put on 24 pounds with her. So I was a lot better. I had a lot more information. When I was pregnant with my son, I was 19 years old. Well, no, 20 years old going on 21. I had no clue what I was doing. I had no clue that eating for two meant you didn't literally eat for two. Pardon my hair. It's a hot mess today. It's Sunday morning and I just showered and yeah. So I had her. I lost a little bit more weight and I got back down to about pre-pregnancy weight. 3 years later, we got pregnant with our youngest. And that was the roughest pregnancy of the three. I had morning sickness from the time I woke up in the morning and to the time I went to bed at night. I was just throwing up all the time. I had no energy. I lost 15 pounds in the first trimester with her. It ended up for that pregnancy that I put on a total of 11 pounds once I gained some of the weight back. And then, you know, she's gonna be 8 this next month. So my weight's kind of gone up and down over the years. We had a miscarriage about 3 years ago now. And that's when my anxiety started to really come out. Like I was having panic attacks. For those of you who have been following my channel for a while, you know that I have panic disorder. I do go to therapy. I do see a psychiatrist. I am on medication. So like I was anxious all the time. And when I'm anxious, I'm a pacer. I pace everywhere. Just back and forth throughout the house. I'm constantly just walking circles because I can't settle myself down. So I lost a good amount of weight. Like I was in the 170s again. But then I went on antidepressants. I started out on Paxil first. I didn't really gain weight with Paxil per se. I started to get back to a more normal eating pattern because with the anxiety I wasn't eating at all. I was eating very little because I was just anxious and I didn't want to eat. And then the Paxil stopped working and I went on to Prozac about a year and a half ago. And I've put on weight. I've become lazy, I've put on weight. I do exercise, I drink a lot of water, I take vitamins, you know what I mean? But I put on a lot of weight. And when I saw that on a scale about a month and a half ago at the doctor's, I like was in tears when I came home. I'm like, I have to do something. I have to figure out a way to lose this weight. To top it all off, I do have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Not going to go into detail about what it is. You can look it up, you can Google it. But basically, a lot of times those with PCOS tend to be overweight or obese, which I am. And they're more prone to be diabetic. They have a hard time losing weight. They usually have insulin resistance, which I have. So I was like, what can I do? Because I've gone through the point of eating healthy before, like really healthy, really clean, exercising. I was losing some weight, but not a lot. I'm like, I need to like kind of like trick my PCOS so that my body will let me lose the weight. So I started researching eating plans. I tried Whole30, I don't know, maybe a year ago. It lasted 3 days. I was crabby as fuck and I just couldn't stand myself, and I was hungry all the time. So after doing much research, I decided to pick up a book that was recommended to me by a friend, and it is called The Keto Reset Diet: Reboot Your Metabolism in 21 Days and Burn Fat Forever by Mark Sisson. So I read this book in the end of February through the beginning of March. Very, very good. Had a lot of good knowledge. This guy's not a doctor, but he is a personal trainer, a nutritionist, that kind of thing. So it basically, he talks about keto and the ketogenic lifestyle, and what happens to your body when you stop giving it the sugar and the carbs that you eat on the standard American diet. I'm not going to bore you with all the keto science, but basically he said keto has become a really popular like fad diet. So there's a lot of misinformation out there. So I really tried to do my research and look at credible sources and whatnot. And I decided I wanted to give it a try. I'm not really depriving myself of anything. I mean, yes, I'm not going to be able to have like sugar at all, other than some berries, you know, the natural sugar that comes from like berries. The only carbs I'm going to be eating are from vegetables, and I'm going to be upping my fat intake. And you're like, wait a minute. If you're trying to lose weight, wouldn't you eat less fat? Well, what I'm trying to do is get my body to burn fat, ketones, if you will, instead of glucose, which is sugar. I'm trying to switch the way my body burns energy and the energy source it burns. So, this book is really good. Like, I highly recommend picking it up if you're interested in keto at all. Because not only does it give you a menu for the reset, but it also gives you like a sample menu for your first 30 days. There's, you know, after that, and there's recipes in here. He also has 2 other cookbooks, which I have picked up. I do have an Instant Pot, so I got the recipe book for the Instant Pot, which I'm looking through and whatnot. And I've got this other one. And all of them are available on Amazon. I'll link it down below in the description box. But, like with Whole30, like I kind of just jumped into it. And like I didn't have a plan. And I think that's one of the big reasons why I failed. This time around, I have really done my homework. I started thinking about this in February after I came back from the doctor. And like I decided on a start date, which is April 1st, tomorrow. Back then, you know, when I initially started reading about it, I picked a start date. And then from there, you know, I've just kind of developed, you know, the meal plan, the sample meal plan from the book for the first 21 days for the reset. Because the reset doesn't necessarily take you down into full ketosis. What it does is kind of wean your body off the sugar and all the carbs that you eat on the regular standard American diet, and gets your body used to doing that. Now, it may take more than 21 days for your metabolism to reset. It may reset in 2 weeks. It may reset in 3 months. You know, it just all depends. I'm excited to try it. I have a plan. I feel organized. I did the big grocery shop yesterday, where I got all the foods for the first week. I got all the cooking oils and fats that I'm allowed to cook with. I also have invested in the stuff to make bulletproof coffee. I have the MCT oil that they recommend, and MCT stands for medium chain triglycerides. It's a source of fat that like is very good for your brain and your body, helps keep you running, gives you energy, keeps you full, because I've heard about the keto flu. And trust me when I say this, that I am scared to death that I am going to get the keto flu. I eat a lot of sugar. I eat a lot of carbs. I mean, I'm just gonna stand up for a second, and you're not gonna be able to fully see me, but you know, I'm kind of a big girl. You know what I mean? I eat a lot of carbs. I eat a lot of sugar. And I know that I eat a lot of carbs and I eat a lot of sugar. So I'm scared that when I stop giving my body these things, it's gonna be like, bitch, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm hoping it won't be bad, and I've researched ways on how to make it better, and one of the things that was suggested was using the MCT oil in coffee. Now I can't have regular coffee creamer anymore because it has sugar in it. So you have to use heavy cream and the MCT oil. Now you can use the MCT oil in like a powder form or an oil form. The oil form, it tends to be a little harsher on your digestive system, which I really don't want to deal with while I'm trying to transition onto, you know, a new way of eating. So I did research and got the powder form, and I did get it in a flavor. They say that it doesn't make the coffee oily or anything, because I only have 1 cup of coffee a day, but damn it, I need my coffee. So I'm going to try that to help me get through, because it's going to give me an extra, you know, boost of fat so that I can have the energy to make it through and, you know, help my body transition. It also recommended taking ketone supplements. I don't think I'm going to try that yet. I did get some electrolyte supplements because I drank Gatorade a lot, but Gatorade has sugar in it. So it's very important that you have like good electrolyte levels when you're doing keto. You know, because your body will need that sodium, the electrolytes, all that stuff, because, you know, you're going to be losing all of that water weight and all that other stuff, and your body's just going to crave it. So I did get some electrolyte supplements, and I'm hoping that that is going to get me through. We shall see. So yeah, I'm figuring that I'm going to start out doing a video like once a week and let you guys know what I've been eating, how I'm feeling, if I'm noticing any differences, that kind of thing. And then maybe later on, as I get more comfortable and acclimated with the system, I would like to do more vlog style videos and add like meal prep, meal planning in there, and show you some like workout stuff that I'm doing, whatnot. So, but yeah, we're gonna start out slow because like I said, I was very nervous today about sitting in front of this camera. I don't like to be in front of the camera. I don't like to have my picture taken. I'm not comfortable with the way I look, with the way I feel. Like, I'm just not. And that's just, you know, how I am. When I do my plan with me videos, all you see are my hands. I rarely ever go in front of the camera. There are some videos on my channel that I am in front of the camera, but there are not very many. So I'm hoping to change that, because throughout this whole like research process and whatnot, I've learned that I need to like embrace myself and love myself for who I am and not who I want to be, which is the important thing. So trying it out. So yeah, that is episode 1, I guess, of the Keto Diaries. If you like this video and you want to see more of this series, please give me a thumbs up and let me know. Give me some comments down below and some feedback. I would really like to hear from you guys. As always, subscribe if you haven't already. Until I see you guys next week, guys, take care. Bye.